Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and what could potentially be the last news update of 2018. Because yesterday they released the year in review community transmission, which is the last community transmission of 2018. I would highly suggest you guys to read it, as it's a very good read about what's happened throughout the year, and it also contains some parts like about the crashed speeder, so they're not trying to hide that, which I really appreciate. They're kind of admitting to their screw-ups and having a laugh about it, so I think that's pretty nice, and I would recommend you all to go over and read it. Ben did a good job on writing that out. I also want to remind you that Heroes Unleashed is going on right now until tomorrow night, where you can play 9 versus 9 heroes now that both Obi-Wan and Grievous is out. And heroes will, of course, as always, be 75% off in terms of battle points during this event. But on to the bigger news here, because they also added a new roadmap section to the website. So instead of having these kind of roadmap images that they've had so far, that they need to post every month almost, they now have like a live roadmap page, which is a bit better as they can just update that one. Right now it's a bit annoying if you want to find the latest roadmap, as you might accidentally find an outdated one and so on. So in this section you can click around on the specific things here in February, January, or actually throughout the entire 2018 as well. But they have added a section called Capital Ship Interiors for February, and if you click on it, it says the following: fight through the Venator-class destroyer of the Galactic Republic and the Separatist Dreadnought as part of our new game mode, featuring capture points and capital ship takedowns. Learn more in February 2019. So this is quite interesting, because so far we've only known that there's going to be capital ship takedowns. That could have been, oh, capture this thing on the ground and it will blow up the ship, or oh, take a cannon and shoot down the ship. There's a lot of things this could have been, but this confirms that we will indeed be playing on those ships. And some people here were wondering, oh, does that mean that the game mode is only on the interiors? But when Ben was asked about that out on Reddit, and if we're actually going to be playing on the ground as well, he did say, not sure how much I can say right now, so we'll just go with yes. More on new game mode in the new year. So we will be playing on the ground and inside these ships. It's starting to sound more and more like Battlefield 2142's Titan game mode, which is really cool, where you actually fly up there and then run inside and blow up the actual ship. So it sounds like that's about what we're getting here, and I think that's something that I've speculated for a while, that maybe the goal is to play Conquest basically on the ground, and so that you get a chance to assault the capital ships, where you go inside and then you get to blow up some stuff, and then the ship actually blows up. That sounds, if that's the case, like a really cool game mode. But something a lot of people have noticed here is that they only mention prequel era ships like the Venator-class destroyer and the Dreadnought. So it could potentially mean that we're only getting this on the prequel maps from the beginning, which, to be honest, probably makes sense, both because I think the prequels have the best maps for these kind of open things, and also if you look at game modes like Extraction or Jetpack Cargo, and similarly, they've added them to one map initially, or 2 maps initially. So maybe they'll do the same thing here, where they will add it for 1 or a couple of maps, and then if people like it enough and it feels like it's going to be a vital part of the future of the game, they could expand it to more maps. At least that's my guess, as opposed to getting it on all 13 maps right away. And in that case, if they build the actual interiors for the destroyer and the Dreadnought, I'm guessing they can use those for all the prequel maps, since the same ships were used, and they can just copy-paste that ship to be in all of those maps, and then do whatever you need to do on the ground to make that work, and so on. So that's my guess based on this, that we might be getting it on the prequel maps at first, and then they'll probably decide if they want to expand it or not to other maps later down the line. But yeah, I'm very excited for that game mode. That seems like it's gonna be the kind of thing this game needs. Not just here's another hero or here's another map, but something that actually completely changes the way you play the game, and therefore it might be very refreshing, especially for those of us who play this a lot, but also for people who might have gotten bored and stopped playing the game, and to come back for one hero might be fun for a while, but it's still the same gameplay in the core. So if you get something like this, which could potentially completely change up the playstyle, I think it's going to be good. I'm very excited to hear more about this, and well, like they said, it seems like we're going to have to wait until February 2019 to learn more, so it's not going to be in January, unless they give us some teasers or something. But yeah, and at that point I really hope that the live streams will also be up, because I would love to just have like here's a 1 hour stream, 2 hour stream where Dennis, CJ, Guillaume, Ben, and maybe some other developers just sits down and just talks through this game mode, exactly how it's gonna be, and what we can expect from it, what they thought about it, what they're planning for the future based on our feedback and so on. Because nothing will ever beat that in terms of feeling directly connected to the developers. Community transmissions are really good, same goes for community update videos, but just being able to directly interact with them in the chat and literally having them there talking unscripted about the game mode, about the future and similarly. And of course they would have to limit themselves to not saying something that will get them into trouble and so on. But I don't know, I'm really excited to see if those streams will be live by the time this game mode comes out, so that might actually be a good time to reveal it. Or if they get it working in January, it could be for Dooku first, and then they could do one for the large-scale game mode. So yeah, 2019 is probably going to be a very good year for Battlefront 2, and I'm excited to hear more. But yeah, that should be it for potentially the last news update of the year. There might be something more next week, we'll see. I mean, there's not going to be any more updates, there's not going to be any more community transmissions, but who knows, they might have some teasers or something else they want to release. In that case, I will always make a video for you guys. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.